If you don't have nothing else, you have your word. I'm gonna tell you right now, society today does not have nothing. Like she said, if you don't have nothing else, you have your word. They don't have it because their word means nothing. And you want to make sure your word's something. So if you telling them, I'm never, ever, ever going to cheat on you again. I never want to break your heart like that again. I never want to lose you. Then if I ever cheat on you again, then I'm cutting my fingers off. And now you guys are making up all these excuses. I'm going to cut my clit off. Now you're making all these excuses. Well, what if I want the relationship to be over? Then break it off. Well, still having an affair if we're not together. Then get a divorce. File for a divorce. You file for divorce, put the paperwork in, you divorce. Then you don't have nothing to worry about. And then you can be with somebody and it's not cheating. But you don't want to sit here and say, I'm never going to cheat on you, and then I cheat on you again. I'm never going to cheat on you. And I cheat on you again. I'm never going to cheat on you, and I cheat on you again. And that's something you don't want, because then the more you keep doing it, you break the person down to one day they're so broken that they're no good, or they leave you when you least suspect it. When you think everything's great, and then all of a sudden they leave you and they cheated on you with Sally or Fred or whoever it is. So keep that in mind when you're making this decision, because I don't want you to be confused and lost in this, because cheating destroys, it damages it. It really damages it. And it's hard to fix it. And I'm telling you, if I put a sledgehammer through your PlayStation, you pretty much need to buy a new one. That's how damaged it is. If you get your mama left you a China set and you cheated on him, and he did a sledgehammer to all the China set, getting those pieces and those little fragments that you can't see and the little dust petals, put that plate back together, that's a hard thing. You have to get a whole new China set. So those are things I want you to keep in your mind, that it is a damaging thing to a relationship. And it takes a lot to rebuild it. And you might rebuild it, but it might not work right. So that means you got to get a new inner core of the system. You put this together, but now I got to put the fillers in to fill it into the relationship of, trying that play or your PlayStation. You got to do that. So the best thing is not to cheat, but if you cheat, let's heal our relationship by being honest, by communicating, by telling each other why we did something and how I feel, and tell that person how you feel and how hard this is. And I might need to take a break from you. And not that I'm gonna leave the house, but no, we're not. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk to you. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to look at you in the face. I don't know if I want you home at this moment. I don't know what I want at this moment. I don't know. And you have to be able to accept it, and you do a sincere apology. And then you man up and you be the man or the woman of the house. So if you're the man and you cheated, you make sure you understand and forgive. And if you're a woman, you have to understand and forgive. You have to not only forgive yourself, but you got to understand and forgive for her for the pain that she's feeling towards you. And as you might be the person that was cheated on, you cannot be going for revenge. You cannot. So these are things that is like, okay, I got to build it. And I want to be clear, because sometimes I feel like I'm not clear. I want you to understand that even though it's there and it hurts and it's shattered, doesn't mean that it can't be mended. But the faster you tell the truth and explain stuff, and not have the person, the male or the female, ask you 20 questions to catch you cheating, and you just be honest up front. And then you call the person that you cheated with and say, this is why the person's there, why your husband or wife there, and say, this is no longer going to happen. Don't call me. Don't do anything. If I call you, you call my husband or wife and tell them that you called me. I mean, you ain't got to do all that, because then that person might be messy. So you just say, don't call me no more, period. If you see my number come up, do not, because I'm working it out with my wife or my husband. You want to be honest, period. You want to be open, period. These are things, if you get pure honesty, it's easier to forgive. Why people take a year or two to mend their relationship after cheating? Because there was no pure honesty. There was always something left out because I don't want to hurt this person. Like a person can say, well, how many times did you cheat? And then you'll go, only twice. And it was 200. Just say, you're going to be mad. It was 200. And you didn't see nothing wrong with that? At the time, I just wasn't being fulfilled at home. And that person was fulfilled. I didn't ever want to leave you for the person. I just wasn't fulfilled. And when I came to you about it, you shoved me off like it wasn't important. And I'm not saying that's a good excuse, because it's not. And I'm very wrong for doing it. But that's how I felt in that moment. That's how I felt in that heat of the moment. That blatant honesty that cuts and hurts and makes it worse. But it heals because I know you told the truth. So I don't have to second guess anything. And that's the thing you want to have in a relationship, is second guessing. Now, when my first husband cheated on me, it was just hard because it was lies after lies after lies, so there was never no truth. So there was never no healing. So I can see why it took 2 or 3 years for somebody to do it, because there was never no healing. You have to have the truth for the healing. If you don't get the truth for the healing, it prolongs it. So then the person is never fully upset. Like, if you give everybody the truth the whole time, that person is angry, mad. They're doing their whole emotions right then and there. So then when they're working it out with you, it's a healing process now. And you're doing your best to make sure, and you making sure you're always at home at 6 o'clock on the dot, sometimes 5:58, 5:57, because you want her to know that you, or him to know that you ain't going nowhere, that you coming straight home from work. Then you do this, and you do what you're doing to help mend that relationship, and it mends a lot faster. But if here you tell me, you tell me 25% of the truth, or 50% of the truth, or even 75% of the truth, you're not telling me 100% of the truth. I can't heal. And if I can't heal, then we're not going to go anywhere. So your apology means nothing anymore, because now I'm looking at you as a compulsive liar. So then you're really delaying the inevitable. If we're going to break up, we're going to break up. Either way, if you lie or not, we're going to break up. If I'm the type that's going to leave you, I'm going to leave you regardless if you lie or tell the truth. So you might as well just go ahead and tell the truth. That is my number one answer for it, is to tell the truth. So if you are in a relationship right now and your partner, spouse, significant other has cheated on you, these are things that you really want to take for it. And if you're going to tell your partner that you cheated, please ask yourself the question, why did you cheat? Can you not cheat again? Promise yourself at that moment, not after you tell the partner, tell the person, promise yourself at that moment, I will never cheat again. If I do, I will cut my clit off. I will cut my titty off. I will cut my pussy off. I won't have a nipple. Whatever. I'm going to cut my dick off, my penis off. I will cut my balls off. Whatever the thing is, if I cheat on this person ever again, I will not. I do not ever want to cheat. So you have to hold yourself accountable to that. You really just have to hold yourself accountable to those things. So if you do cheat, you got to cut. Because you're holding your word. Your word is your word. And you said, because you're getting ready to build and mend this relationship, go ahead. Because my thing is, if you don't want to be with the person anymore, divorce them. Leave them. Break up with them. Whatever the case may be. You might not be married, so you have these other options. But if you sit up here just going over and over again, there's a lot of people that have cheated on the same person 10 times. And I'm like, why? Because now it's harder forever for that relationship to build. And you're in this relationship, and 40 years later, you thinking it's over. Oh, yeah, I cheated on her 10, 20 times. And you think it's over. And it's not. That woman has never left it. And the scar is not all the way healed. Like, the scars that be healed, the scar will never be healed because it was the same lie and the same cheating over and over again. That doesn't end. And when you least suspect it, for some reason, you're thinking everything is good. The relationship is moving beautifully. And then the person leaves you. And you're like, what happened? And it's because all those cheating times before. And you don't want that. Or they wait 20 years and then they cheat. And then you got the nerves to be mad. So it might not happen now. And you might think everything is smooth now. But best believe, when all those lies damages the relationship, it hurts it, it kills it, the relationship is literally over. And it is what it is. And that's up to you. So I just wanted to give you that information. I hope that helped you out. If it did not, please leave me a comment below so I will talk about it again and answer all the correct questions. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell button for the notification. Let it be what it is. And remember to love and live each day as if it were your last. Smooches.